My name is Janelle Jester, and the test I chose was the Dynamic Indicators of Basic Early Literacy, also known as Dibels. The purpose of the Dibels benchmark goals is to provide educators with standards for gauging the progress of all students. Dibels is also used to identify students who may be at risk for reading difficulties, help teachers identify areas to target instructional support, for example, grouping students for intervention, monitor at-risk students while they receive additional targeted instruction, and to examine the effectiveness of a school's system of instructional supports. Dibels' oral reading fluency is a measure of advanced phonics and word attack skills, accurate and fluent reading of connected text, and reading comprehension. The passages and procedures are based on the program of research and development of curriculum-based measurement of reading by Stan Deno and colleagues of the University of Minnesota. There are two components to DORF: oral reading fluency and passage retell. For the oral reading fluency component, students are given an unfamiliar grade-level passage of text and asked to read for 1 minute. Errors such as substitutions, omissions, and hesitations for more than 3 seconds are marked while listening to the student read aloud. For benchmark assessment, students are asked to read 3 different grade-level passages for 1 minute. The score is the median number of words read correctly and the median number of errors across the 3 passages. Using the median score from the 3 passages gives the best indicator of student performance over a range of different texts and content. The oral reading fluency component can be used winter of 1st grade through spring of 6th grade. Administration directions. When administering the test, you follow the directions exactly each time with each student. Say the words in bold italic type verbatim. Put the student copy of the reading passage in front of the student and say the following: I would like you to read a story to me. Please do your best reading. If you do not know a word, I will read the word for you. Keep reading until I say stop. Be ready to tell me all about the story when you finish. You must place the passage in front of the student. The student begins testing by putting their finger under the word. We would point to the first word of the passage and ready, begin. During the testing, the student follows along in their scoring booklet. Leave blank any words read correctly. Mark a slash through errors, included skipped words. The maximum wait time for each word is 3 seconds. If the student does not provide the word within 3 seconds, say the word and mark it as incorrect. During benchmark assessment, students read 3 different passages for 1 minute. If the student reads fewer than 10 words correctly on the first passage, record his or her score for words correct and errors on the front cover of the booklet, and do not administer passages 2 and 3. At the end of 1 minute, place a bracket in the text after the last word provided by the student. Say stop and remove the passage. If the student completes the assessment before 1 minute, stop testing and record the student's score. Scores are not prorated. If the student reads 40 or more words correctly on the passage, have the student retell what he or she has just read, using the directions provided below. If the student reads fewer than 40 words correctly on a passage, use professional judgment whether to administer retell for that passage. During retell, you would remove the passage from the student and say the following: Now tell me as much as you can about the story you just read. Ready, begin. You would start the stopwatch and allow a maximum of 1 minute for retell. The first time the student stops or hesitates for 3 seconds, select one of the following. If the student has not said anything at all, provides a very limited response, or provides an off-track response, say, "Tell me as much as you can about the story." Otherwise, ask, "Can you tell me anything more about the story?" After the reminder, the next time the student hesitates or gets off track for 5 seconds, say thank you, discontinue the task, and record the score on the front of the student's scoring booklet. After testing, score reading passages immediately. Use the cumulative word count to determine the total number of words read. Record that total on the total words line on the scoring page. Record the number of errors, including skipped words, on the errors